Hey, Scott Johnson here. Are you or someone you know considering buying a house this spring? Well, I'm going to give you seven mistakes to avoid when buying a home this spring. Stay tuned. This is important information you're going to want to know. Hey, Scott Johnson here. My goal is to make real estate easier and more enjoyable by providing you quality content that's going to help you along the way. So here are 7 mistakes you're going to want to avoid this spring when it comes to buying a home. Mistake number 1, we're just going to call it Zestimate. So the first thing a lot of people do when they decide, hey, I need to go buy a new house, or hey, I want to get a new home, is they go and look what their current home is worth up on Zillow. Well, it gives you that Zestimate, and that's not always 100% accurate. It doesn't take a lot of things into consideration. So if you want an accurate number for what your house is worth, give me a call. I'd be happy to sit down with you, do a CMA for you, and we'll get you in the ballpark of where you need to be. Mistake number 2, not budgeting. So this is a very key element. This is the time to sit down with your realtor, with your lender, with your spouse, with your accountant, if that's something that you have, and say, hey, what exactly can I afford? Okay, hey, I got a huge raise this past year. You might be able to afford, but things are going to get more expensive. You got things, property taxes, monthly payment, insurance. There's some other variables that come into play. So make sure you take the time, sit down, and do a proper budget. Mistake number 3, lowball offers. This is a seller's market. Even though you've seen it on HGTV with the fix and flip or fixer upper and the Property Brothers and different shows, and they go in and they offer, $50,000, $100,000 less for the property, and they get it, easy peasy. Okay, that's not happening today. Even on investment properties, I'm seeing a lot of those going for asking, maybe even over, because there's just a shortage of properties right now. So you need to get with your agent, get a CMA, get the right price. That way you're going in strong. Another part of going in strong is having that pre-approval done on your financing, or if you're buying an investment property, go ahead and have that proof of funds letter ready to go. This is just a mistake that we see a lot. People want to lowball, and it just doesn't happen. Mistake number 4, not planning. Now, you're going to say, Scott, that's obvious. You need to plan. Well, planning is really key. You need to sit down with the proper people, and those would be your agent, your lender, your spouse. This is kind of redundant from some of the ones before, but things you got to think of is what happens if you have a house that you currently need to sell, and it sells within a day or two of listing, and so 30 days you've got to be out. But you can't find the property that you want to buy quick enough to fit within that 30-day time period. Do you have someone that you could go stay with? If you have pets, it's really hard to find a rental house or apartment that takes pets. So there's some planning, there's some steps we can walk you through that are going to help you with this process. And just make sure you get everybody involved. So proper planning will help you in the long run. Mistake number 5, not getting a pre-inspection. So I'm a big advocate of pre-inspections. Let me give you a couple scenarios here to help you with that. So you list your property, somebody makes you an offer, they come in there, do their inspections, and they come up with a laundry list of things that need to be repaired. Most of them are going to say to be repaired by a licensed professional. That means you need to get a licensed plumber, a licensed electrician, all the different people that are licensed, supposedly, to take care of these things. And it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. Let's flip the scenario over. Okay, so you go ahead and have that pre-inspection. You get that list of things that need to be done. So what do? You may look at that list and say, well, I can fix the doors on the cabinets, or I can, change out the receptacles, or there's different things, put in different plate colors and different things like that that you could probably do, or you have time to find somebody that can do those repairs for you at a better rate. So it really does pay. Then after we get that done, you get your whole laundry list done, we go to list your house, we go ahead and take that pre-inspection report and we make a sheet that lists everything that you have done and had repaired. We take the receipts, we put it all together, and it says, my client is being fully disclosing all the things that were found wrong with their house during a pre-inspection. Here's a list of all the things they had fixed. Here's a receipt for those repairs. And then we give them 3 options. They can have somebody still do the normal inspection like they may want to do, or they have the option of paying my inspector $100 and they'll come through and walk it with them and only charge them $100. And by the way, my pre-inspection is cheaper than actually the inspection you would get later on, just saying. Or they can just say, hey, let's skip this whole negotiation time. We don't need the pre-inspection period. Let's go ahead and close on this house and get things going and get things done. So pre-inspection is a big deal. It's very important. Very strong, passionate about it. If you have questions or comments, don't be afraid to ask. Mistake number 6, clutter. It's much easier to clean up clutter now when you're even considering or thinking about getting a new home than when you're in a hurry and I hurry up and I got to list my house. Just go ahead and start that process. Go get some boxes, put things away. The kids don't need to have the toys from when they were an infant sitting on the side room or something like that. You probably don't need that magazine collection. It's okay to keep it. Just put it in a box and put it in storage or in a storage facility or somewhere like that. But the clutter, the first thing people walk in and they see, just all kinds of knickknacks on the table, or, you got all kinds of stuff hanging on the wall, stuff like that. Just kind of think about clearing those things up and get rid of it, creating space for yourself. You'll probably enjoy it more actually with the whole process because it's just less to maintain. So let's get rid of that clutter, get it out of there, and it's going to help your home sell faster. Mistake number 7, not researching the neighborhood. So as your realtor, I'm not allowed to tell you which area has the best schools, which has the lowest crime, different things like that. That would be steering, and I'm not allowed to do that, and I'm not about to do that. So I can give you information, websites, different things like that where you can research that on your own. A really good way to research that is just take the time and drive through that neighborhood, talk to people. Like a lot of times you can walk up and there'll be somebody walking their dog and you just say, excuse me, hey, I've got kids, we're considering moving here, what can you tell me about the neighborhood? A lot of times people will spill their guts, you'll find out all kinds of good information, and it'll, it helps the whole process. Or you might say, hey, second thought, this is the right place for us. So do your research. It's going to help you totally in the long run. So those are the 7 mistakes that I want you to avoid. So thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Take a second and comment below for me. Like the video and hit the subscribe button with the little bell next to it. You'll be notified anytime I come out with any more videos. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.